The Remal International Festival, which is the first of its kind in the GCC, aimed to restore Kuwait's image as a leading regional touristic destination, has received thousands of visitors over the past few months, far exceeding the organizers' expectations. However, organizers are hoping to push for an extension due to the festival's immeasurable popularity and success. Sarah Faris Globe has more in the following report.
In the 7th edition of the Proud to be Kuwaiti exhibition, the organizers introduced the Remal International Sand and Light Sculpture Festival, claiming to be the largest sand park in the world, brought to life by 72 of the world's best sand artists and sculptors.
Months ago we started drawing up plans for the general layout. We knew that the size, the area that we had to fill in, but then we had to, fill it with sculptures and then figure the crowd and all that stuff. And so it was a couple of months of working a layout that my client that we all could work with, and then it was reading all the stories, and that was a good several weeks of reading, to try to condense a certain story down to just one panel. There's a few stories here that there's a few panels, like the Aladdin, not the Aladdin, but also the 40 Thieves stuff. But then there's other stories that, you just try to capture the story in one panel, and so that was part of the trick. And then it was hiring the staff, to come carve that, and it was a lot of work. And then, like I said, some stories, there's more than one sculpture to it. Like, for instance, the Aladdin, there's I think 7 stories to Aladdin,
The park is modeled around 40 different illustrations from the famous book 1001 Nights. After being betrayed by his wife, King Shahriyar vowed no trust in women and instructed his aides to find him a different wife every night who he would execute in the morning. This went on for years until he met Shahrazad, who on their wedding night began to tell him a fairy tale but stopped short of the ending with a promise to continue in the morning. He postponed her death and she continued this for 1001 nights until the king fell in love with her. Among the tales included are The 7 Voyages of Sinbad, Ali Baba's Cave, and Aladdin. The sculptures take up 28,000 square meters of land, equivalent to around 4 football fields, costing over $2 million, and the centerpiece was a 10,000-ton sculpture more than 50 feet tall.
We arrived halfway October, and we started with the build-up, which means the building of the blocks of sand before we can start to bring in the sculptors to start sculpting these sculptures you see over here. And then when the sculptors arrived, we carved the sand for about 6 weeks until what you see now.
I wasn't here actually for the build-up. I only came here for the repairs, and I never saw the sand sculpture this big. It's really huge. It's very interesting to see. Yeah. It was a lot of work because it's so huge. They have to put all the sand in wooden forms and compact them each, and they put a lot of water, and they're very high, the forms, so it's a lot of work.
Soon the 28,000 tons of sand that were transported using 1,000 dump trucks and sculpted using a team of over 70 of the world's most talented and renowned sand artists will be demolished. After more than 2 months and an unbelievable amount of success, this 28,000 square meter sand village will soon be removed, leaving a void as we have gotten so used to this huge fantasy world right in the heart of Mishrif. From the Remal International Sand Festival in P2BK, this is Sarah Globe reporting for English News.